In the quaint town of Greenwood, where every house had a story to tell, lived a boy named Milo. His room was a wonderland of creativity, filled with intricate model kits, colorful building blocks, and detailed miniature landscapes. One sunny afternoon, while exploring Greenwood's old antique shop, Milo's eyes landed on a fascinating object, an elaborate model kit labeled Milo's Miniature City. Intrigued, Milo hurried home with the kit. He spent hours assembling the tiny buildings, roads, and trees. As the city took shape, it seemed almost magical. The tiny streetlights glimmered, and the miniature park's carousel appeared to be ready to whirl. That night, something incredible happened. The city came alive. Tiny figures walked the streets, cars drove along the roads, and a small train chuffed around its track. Milo was overjoyed. He had created a living, breathing miniature city. He called it Miniopolis. He watched as the tiny citizens went about their lives, but he soon noticed something. The city, though beautiful, had its troubles. Parks were overgrown, buildings needed repair, and the transportation system was outdated. Milo decided to become the caretaker of Miniopolis. He repaired the buildings, pruned the parks, and upgraded the tiny railroads. His dedication did not go unnoticed by the miniature citizens, who, in a show of gratitude, elected him as the honorary mayor of Miniopolis. Under Milo's watch, Miniopolis flourished. He introduced new developments like a small amusement park, a tiny library, and even a miniature zoo. The citizens of Miniopolis loved their evolving city and the giant, kind mayor who took such good care of them. One day, a challenge arose. A neighboring miniature city, Tinydale, reached out to Miniopolis. They were experiencing a severe drought and needed assistance. Milo, with his newfound sense of responsibility, sprang into action. He ingeniously designed a water-sharing system from a small reservoir he built. This act of kindness forged a strong bond between Miniopolis and Tinydale. The alliance between the two cities led to a golden era of prosperity and innovation. They shared resources, knowledge, and culture, making each city better than before. Milo realized the power of collaboration and the impact of helping neighbors. As time passed, Milo's bond with Miniopolis only grew stronger. He continued to expand the city, adding a miniature airport, a tiny university, and even a small museum. The citizens of Miniopolis were not just figures in a model city anymore. They were a part of Milo's world, his friends who had taught him so much about leadership, compassion, and community. One remarkable evening, the citizens of Miniopolis organized a grand festival to honor Milo. There were tiny fireworks, a parade with miniature floats, and a concert with the smallest orchestra playing delightful melodies. Milo watched in awe, his heart swelling with pride and love for his tiny city. News of Milo's miniature city spread far and wide, drawing visitors from all over to witness this marvel. Milo became known as the boy who brought a miniature world to life, a young mayor with a big heart. As Milo lay in bed that night, with Miniopolis softly illuminated on his desk, he realized that this adventure was more than just play. It was a journey of growth, discovery, and the realization that even the smallest places have the potential for great things. In his dreams, Milo wandered the streets of Miniopolis, now a part of its story, a giant amongst the tiny, but a friend to all. The city was his creation, his responsibility, and his greatest joy.